Doug Newberry asks, why don't you ever do interviews with people who don't think like you? Is it possible that your rhetoric does not stand up under scrutiny? Answer, no. No, you guys know how I've spoken about this 50% rule that I made up, which is really silly, but I kind of live by it anyway. Basically what that means is if I agree with you on 50% of things or more, I'm open to a normal dialogue, conversation, debate, discussion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because I know that you're not a crazy person and I'm not a crazy person because there's some areas of agreement. But when it comes to, hey, this guy literally disagrees with you on every single issue, no, I'm probably not going to have a conversation with that person because I may be wrong about some things. I'm willing to admit that. I'm not wrong about 100% of the shit I talk about. That's just absurd. I'm right about evolution. I'm right about climate change. I'm right about certain things on economic policy. So there is a certain line where I don't take you seriously. That's not some sort of downfall on my part. That's not some sort of bigoted idea on my part. It's just a simple understanding of reality. Am I going to debate a flat earther as to whether or not the earth is round? Am I going to debate somebody who says the stork theory is where babies come from? No. Open to reasonable conversations. So would I have a discussion with a libertarian? Absolutely. Would I have a discussion with people that I might disagree with significantly on some issues? Yes, I do, and I have. But am I going to invite on evangelical Christians or fundamentalist Muslims to spew propaganda and then I have to fucking slap it down because everything they're saying is false? No. Danny Foglia asks, what's your favorite Mariah Carey song? Interesting question. All right, I'm going to go super girly on this one because I like this song. It's called Love Takes Time. It's a good song. It's really feminine, but I like it. Sounds good. Jamie Marshall says, how do you feel about Lawrence Lessig running? Do you think it's a good idea? It's good in the sense that he gets the word out there about money and politics a little bit more, even though nobody's fucking covering him. But it's bad in that even if he takes 2 votes away from Bernie, it's fucked up. So I'm mixed on that. I'm not 100% with my TYT buddies where they're like pulling for him 100%. Again, it's good to get the message out. Not good if anybody actually votes for him and takes the votes away from Bernie. Jamie Marshall asks, do you think the school was right when they took precautions against Ahmed's clock? That's another interesting question. It's fine to have looked at that thing and said, it might be a bomb. Because as Bill Maher said, it looked like a bomb. But you should have been communicated enough and been open enough in a dialogue where you figured out that it's not, and then you don't end up putting the kid in handcuffs and calling the cops and shit. So the initial suspicion was merited, but then all the overkill is overkill, and that wasn't okay. And then finally somebody asks, have you ever read Karl Marx Capital, Volume 1, and Thomas Piketty's Capital in the 21st Century? No and no. I want to get to the Piketty book for sure. I've read the Communist Manifesto, and I wasn't impressed. Will I ever get to Marx' fucking gigantic books? I should, but I haven't. I have some significant disagreements with Marx. I don't believe in Marxism really at all. But if the counter is, well, you just don't understand his stuff well enough, that may be true, and perhaps I do need to go through everything he's said and get a better understanding of what he's trying to say and base it less off of what I already know about him. So I haven't read it, but perhaps at some point in the future I will read it, and I think it probably makes sense for me to read it.